it feels like the week before Christmas as we're all preparing for Donna's trial to start this week. And I had questions about Wendy's immunity. So I called it in to Courtroom Confidential. Love Josh Ritter. Thought I would share the answer.
Hi, Josh. This is Leslie in Nashville, Tennessee. Quick question about Wendi Adelson and her testimony that will be upcoming in Donna's trial. I know she has derivative use immunity and some other kind of immunity. So basically, anything she says while on the stand cannot be used against her. My question is, what if she were just to say, yes, I drove by, I did, I knew all about it, and just admitted to everything? Then does that mean they could never prosecute her because she admitted it while she was on the stand? I know that's very unlikely to happen. I'm just kind of curious. Look forward to meeting y'all at CrimeCon. I will be there. Have a great week. Thanks for everything.
Leslie from Nashville, Tennessee. What a great question. Nashville, Tennessee, which was the location of last year's CrimeCon. I don't know if you were there, Leslie, but you're going to be at this year's CrimeCon in Denver. Please make sure you come say hi. We're going to have a booth. And I encourage everybody, if you're able to, make it out to Denver, September 5th through 7th. And there's a discount code for you. If you haven't purchased your tickets already, we've got you covered. Put it in the word courtroom, all caps, all one word, and you can get 10% off at checkout. So love to see you there, Leslie. Please make sure you come say hi at our little Courtroom Confidential booth. We'll be in the back, but you can find us. Just, I don't know, look for somebody screaming what's happening here. Great question though about Wendy's immunity. I'm glad you asked this because I think immunity is one of those things that confuses people a lot of times. First of all, in her case, immunity is not being used as if it's a gift to her. She doesn't want to testify. Wendi doesn't want to have anything to do with this. She doesn't want to see the inside of a courtroom. She doesn't want to be sitting in front of prosecutors. She doesn't want to be answering questions. And in fact, she usually would have a reason to stop all of that. And that would be her Fifth Amendment rights. She could say, I believe you're investigating me. I believe you think I'm a suspect. I think you think I'm implicated in all of this. And therefore, I have a Fifth Amendment right not to talk to you, not to testify, and to keep my mouth shut. So the way the prosecutors are handling that is saying, okay, well, we're going to take care of all of that. And we're going to grant you use immunity. Meaning anything that you say while on the stand under oath can't be used against you. Therefore, you don't have a Fifth Amendment issue at play, and therefore we can compel you to testify. So it's not for her benefit. She doesn't want it. Believe me, if she could reject it, she would. But she's been granted it and therefore forced and compelled to come testify. Now, the question becomes, what if, well, that means if she can't have anything used against her, that she testifies to, can she say stuff and therefore immunize herself from prosecution? What if she says, yeah, I was in on the whole thing? What if she says, I knew exactly why I was driving by the house that day? What if she says, I knew everybody was planning it and I was telling them to go ahead and do it? Does that mean she can never be prosecuted? Well, that's the difference between use immunity, which she's been granted, and transactional immunity. Transactional immunity says we cannot prosecute you for this crime. We feel that your testimony is so important that we will never prosecute you for the crime of X, the crime of murder. That's not what she's being granted here, and that is incredibly rare, almost never given. What she's been given is what's called use immunity or derivative use immunity. It's the same thing. What it means is we cannot use what you say in court under oath, nor can we use something derived from that, meaning you tell us something we didn't know, and then we learn something else from that. What it doesn't protect you from is independent sources. If we have other evidence on you, we can prosecute you. So you could get up there and say, I was in on the murder. And we can't use the words out of your mouth to prosecute you. But if we've got you caught on videotape, or we've got other eyewitnesses, or we've got an email train or a text chain or whatever else to tie you to this, we can for sure prosecute you for it. We just can't use what you said in testimony to prosecute you for it. So that's the difference before it. She's not being clever here. She's not getting an advantage. She's not protecting herself. And in fact, it's the last place she wants to be. She's being forced to be there because she's important to the prosecution and they want her to testify to certain things. But believe me, if they want to prosecute her, they're not limiting themselves. Excellent question, Leslie. Appreciate you asking it. And appreciate you bringing up CrimeCon. Please come by and say hi. True Crime in a Minute says, and thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for the awesome immunity answer about Wendi. See you in Denver. My first CrimeCon, Leslie in Nashville. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it.